Hi, welcome to How You Been, a segment of the Comcats Podcasts Company. I'm one of your hosts, Brionna Law.
I am your other host, Simone Cummings.
On this pilot episode of How You Been, we're bringing in Keytona Johns.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. So, Keytona, how you been?
I've been doing pretty good. I'm doing a lot better than I expected I was before graduation.
And so, just give me a little background. Who were you when you were a student here at Augusta University?
I'm a transfer. I originally went to Auburn State University, and then the pandemic had hit out of nowhere, so I kind of figured it'd be best for me to come home. But as a student, I think I was more of a student who sat in the back. You know, I'll talk to the people that were around me, but I never was really going towards the front to talk to anybody. So I noticed that about myself. I never really put myself out there until I would say the last semester. But I think I would say that about myself. I was kind of just in the back. I was paying attention, but I was still a little shy. Even though I'm in college, I was shy, which is weird because the communications major and you're shy. But that's how it was.
You sound just like me. So with being a transfer student, you know, how was your experience at AU, not only as a transfer student, but really just in general?
So I'll say this. I started to experience more in my senior year versus my sophomore year and my junior year. And I think that's one of the biggest regrets that I have, because when I was in Albany, I was experiencing things, but I was like forcing myself to.
Yeah.
Pandemic hit, and you know, that first semester, second semester, your freshman year, that became a blur between my sophomore year at AU. So that was a blur for me because it was a pandemic. All the assignments are online. I'm not meeting anybody in person, and I was so disappointed. So when I finally did start going out, it was senior year. So it was kind of disappointing because I know I could have had about 4 or 5 internships. You know, I could have had multiple opportunities. I could have gotten more experience if that pandemic hadn't messed it up for me or delayed those opportunities for me.
So even with all that, you graduated in
I did.
last year, spring 2023. Mm-hmm. I feel like I just had
it's
to
weird
like
saying that,
do mental gymnastics to be like, wait, what was last year? And like I mentioned before, you work at Richmond County Technical Career Magnet School.
I do.
It's a mouthful.
So
it is.
Yes.
We just call it TCM.
Oh.
So what do you do there?
I am currently a middle school teacher. I am the only middle school CTAE teacher. So I'm kind of the one making sure that the middle schoolers are being prepped for their career classes when they go to high school. For right now, I am teaching like study skills, AV technology with another teacher, and I'm also teaching skills for adolescents and issues of secure information systems. But because my degree is in communication, the assistant principal had talked to me about advancing the communication department at the school, such as like I would be teaching the kids broadcasting and graphic communication and intro to communication as well. So I think that's really cool because that's what I graduated with. I can expand on that. Plus, I still have some of my communication textbooks from here, and I'm just going to use that for the kids. Of course, making sure I'm following Georgia standards, but that's nice. I like that the most.
Now, I'm going to ask this. Do you have a favorite class that you teach?
What? Of course I have a favorite class. Listen, today is Valentine's Day, and my third period class is really rowdy, and they're really rowdy. But my fifth period class, I brought them cookies today.
Ooh, scandalous.
I brought them cookies today.
Don't let third period find out.
Well, no, you should let them know.
If I'm bringing my other classes cookies and donuts and stuff like that, that should motivate you guys to act right in my class.
Be better, third period.
Be better. Please be better.
So I gotta ask, how do you think AU has prepared you for, you know, going to the magnet school, getting your teaching job? How do you think?
I would definitely say that AU has done a good job on setting or giving role models to look up to. I'm about to name drop Dr. Carey.
Yes.
Agreed.
She's a great professor. She's
Agreed.
a great professor.
Shouts out. We love you, Dr. Reichstice.
During the whole entire time of like me graduating, trying to get letters of recommendations, follow up from like certain job or like from my professors to the careers that I want. Dr. Carey was there along the entire way. And I thought that was great for me. I thought it was beautiful because it made me realize like I now want to be a college professor. That's a goal for me, a career goal. I want to be a college professor just because of the role model that she had set.
Wow.
And with the things that she had done in her class, like one of the things I remember, she was constantly asking us when she did roles, she's like, who's your favorite artist? And you would answer, and then we would, right, that's how she would take attendance. And I love that because I was like, she cares about me. Like she genuinely wants to know me. And I think that was really nice. So I have moments in my class when my students do their bell ringers, I ask them random questions like that as well. Like, hey, who's your favorite artist? Are you choosing cookies or are you choosing cupcakes? I like to ask them like personal questions and like just develop a better relationship with them. Ask them what their career goals are. Ask them why they're taking this class. So I think that AU has done a good job on setting role models for me.
That's so good. Like I would have never like came at it from the perspective like I never would have thought about that.
And I mean, we talk,
right?
But I never knew that's the reason.
Yeah, I just figured out like last week that I wanted to be a college professor.
Wow.
So I really, if AU had a communication like master's program, I think I would go here for my master's, but we don't. So
hey,
I hope that can kickstart something.
5-10 years down the line,
maybe.
Augusta University.
I heard that they're trying to get one in.
That's
but that's allegedly. This is not confirmed.
Not confirmed. Okay. When you said bell ringers, that took me back. I remember doing bell ringers. So what advice would you give to students now who go here now at Augusta University to prepare them for graduate life?
Okay, so if I was a freshman in college, I think it would be nice for someone to tell me, do it. Do it or either do it now or do it later, but you got to do it eventually. I would say that is some really good advice. Although I did graduate with 3 internships, it would have been nice for me to get a 4th. It would have been nice to expand my experience some more, but I didn't, or I did it late because I was like nervous. And a lot of that fear was stopping me from doing what I wanted to and doing what I needed to. And I feel like if I would have just started a lot earlier, I would have been a completely different and more experienced person. But that fear was holding me back because I'm going to be honest, nobody likes being the new person. Nobody likes being the person who doesn't know anything at all. So I was trying to avoid those uncomfortable situations, not knowing that later on in life, if I avoid it now, it's going to hit me later. I'm going to be the person in the job field that's like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. I need help. So I feel like it would have been nice if someone would have told me to do it now, or you'll have to do it later.
Right, exactly.
That's amazing advice, and advice that I need to take. Well, Keytona, I think that is all the time that we have today, and we thank you so much for coming
having
out.
me.
You've been so amazing.
Thank you.
So
I don't want to leave.
That has been your segment of How You Been on the Comcats podcast. Now, disclaimer, guys. The opinions stated are those of guests and students, not Augusta University. This podcast is a result of an assignment for Com 3340 brought to you by Professor Curry. Dean Gossett is our producer, Kayshawn King as our editor, and me, Simone Cummings, and Brionna Law as your host. This podcast was recorded in University Hall's Television and Cinema Lab on the Somerville campus of Augusta University. Thank you guys for tuning in. We hope to see you guys on our next segment. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.